Dejan just tweeted out Dejan Kulusevski, by the way. That's all they tweeted out, the official account. The admin was on fire yesterday. Paul O'Keefe says, Bentancur's feet are very, very good. He plays with a bit of swagger, and he's got that aggression too. Lovely player.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and he's, as I say, he's like deceiving. A bit like Berbatov, where because he's so languid, you don't think he cares. You think you can bully him, but you can't. He's like very strong as well, and he's very aggressive. When he's up for it, it's very, very dangerous.
The only thing I would say is that laid-back attitude does contribute to him losing the ball in the middle of the park quite a few times.
Yeah, he
That's
can
the
get
only
caught.
thing.
He does get caught a couple of times, doesn't he? Alice Gold, the picture's a lovely moment as Hugo Lloris takes Dele Alli over to say a proper goodbye to the Spurs fans. We didn't mention that in the review, by the way. That was a lovely moment for Dele Alli. He came off the pitch. And to be honest, I thought he was terrible when he came on, to be fair. But he got a really great reception. Sorry, you can't really see the picture, can you?
Scroll down.
Yeah, he got a really great reception. Did Dele yesterday when he came off the bench, and also when he was warming up, and he got a hero's welcome at the end of the game, pretty much.
And when he came on, I think both of them. Apparently, I can't remember who. I think it was George that called up the fan show, and he said that that's the loudest reception for any returning player since Gaza, he thinks.
Well, I think we were 5-0 up. That probably did help the feel-good factor. But yeah, it was definitely.
And Gaza also returned in an Everton shirt as well. Apparently.
Yeah. So you got to say it was a very welcome return for Dele, and he seemed a bit choked up by it, to be honest. And obviously had our first opportunity to say goodbye to him as well.
What would you think as an Everton fan? Do you think they'd be pissed off with, after a 5-0 loss, him going over and clapping the Spurs fans and stuff like that?
Probably.
Would you be pissed off if that was the situation? Brand new signing. We're going to play, let's say we're going to play, I don't know, maybe not Matt Doherty, because we probably wouldn't care too much, but any player, whoever it is, right? We're going to play, bought them off a Premier League team. We're losing 5-0. And after the game, this player goes around the fans and claps them. Would we be pissed off?
Oh, in the moment, I probably would be, but it's something you get over very quickly. That's not something I'm going to hold against him. Yeah. I don't think they will either. But I think they could probably understand why. But yeah, in the moment I'll be like, what's he doing? But
if they win the game, I don't think anyone has a problem. But just because it's a 5-0 loss.
Optics, it doesn't look great, does it? It never does. Harry Brooks says, thought Kulusevski was the best player on the pitch. Outstanding the way he shifts the ball and his understanding of how to use speed, timing of actions, ball striking, awareness, vision, strength, workout, all superb. The only thing I'd say about Kulu yesterday, Decky, is that probably I can't remember too many shots he had. He was too busy creating.
He didn't have any shots yesterday, Kulu.
He had, I think, one that was blocked, didn't he?
Yeah,
the second half. But with his left foot, we saw against Leeds, obviously, he's got a very good left foot. And we know in his time at Parma and Juventus that he could definitely cull one into the far corner. So I'm just looking forward.
Classic Kulu, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to him doing that in his Tottenham shirt.
He's always shaping up to do it. He's always shaping up to do it, and then he disguises it with a lovely pass, or he takes a shot and he gets blocked.
That's a good thing.
It will come off one game very soon.
No, but that's a good thing. It's a good thing because when he's got that in his armory, you need players to think twice when he's about to shape up. You need the player to think, oh, is he about to deceive me here? Because if he thinks that and then goes for the deception and then he actually does get the space to curl it in, that creates a shooting opportunity. Yeah. So you need those moments.
Yeah, absolutely. It keeps the opponent second guessing every time.
Exactly. Spurs Web says, Spurs fans, Lampard, you're just a shit Steven Gerrard. That's what they were chanting yesterday. Here is
when Gerrard comes, we'll probably sing "You're just a shit." Well, I don't
Frank
know
Lampard,
but something else.
Here is the top goal scoring charts, as we say in the Premier League. Salah top, but Mane and Jota both with 12. Then followed by Son and Kane, very close behind. So they're very much in the fight for, I guess, the runner-up for Golden Boot. But Kane, for sure, considering the season he's had, to be so high up is a good thing for him. And that'll definitely be something for him to aim at.
And that just shows what good form he is in. I mean, 1 goal in the first half of the season. Now he's on 10.
Why is it so low, except for Salah? It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is strange. But the guy is completely unplayable at the moment. I think when you're looking at those players in the top 5, all of them are on good form, to be honest. But Harry Kane, I think, is on another level.
Yeah, I won't be surprised in a few weeks' time. He's second in that list for sure. Here is Romero greeting
that.
Son
That
at the end of the game. That's a lovely stuff there from Heung-min Son. Romero has a thing with Son, doesn't he? Last week, when he was pulling his hair or something, they seem to be getting on very, very well.
The thing is, everyone seems to have a bromance with Son.
Oh, he's the best guy, isn't he? He's just the happiest guy, isn't he? So Son doesn't seem like a guy you can fall out with very easily.
Yeah.
Which is why I was.
Apart from if you're Hugo Lloris.
Yeah, I was about to say, which is why I was probably big surprised that Lloris was kind of had an argument with him. There's a picture of the bromance of Dyer in Delhi back yesterday. Look, looks like Deliang having a tear in his eye, doesn't he? Coming back and greeting Eric Dyer after the game. Harry Kane surpassing Thierry Henry in the goal scoring charts yesterday. North London's finest, lovely stat there. One ahead of Henry in the goal scoring charts, and plenty football left for him to play in his Premier League career as well.
Yeah, and they both. It's also worth noting they've both been. Henry was at Arsenal for 8 years, and this is Kane's 8th year as well at Spurs.
There you go. There's Delhi clapping the fans at the end of the game. Tweeted out by the official account.
Yeah, it was nice to see all that Delhi stuff.
And that was Hugo.
This was
taking
the moment.
him over.
Hugo
Yeah,
taking him over. I love that. Absolutely love that.
and that was a special moment for him. You could see, look at that. You could see he's. It's a bit strange. You think of Delhi as someone who doesn't care about much, but he definitely did seem a bit emotional yesterday.
The thing is, I don't really like that narrative that Delhi doesn't care. I don't think it was ever an effort issue at Tottenham. I just think it just didn't work out for him for one reason or another. Positionally, maybe things were going on in behind the scenes or something. I always thought that he tried at Tottenham. I really did. I never thought it was ever an effort issue with Delhi.
Yeah,
And I always thought he cared.
Fair point. Jack Pitbrook says, I'm trying to think when I last saw a worse performance than this from a Premier League team, and I can't think of one, at least in the last few years. Has the cold numbed my mind? Am I missing something? Do you think this is one of the worst performances from a Premier League team you've seen in recent memory? From Everton point of view, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it was very bad. I'm struggling to think of any other for some poorer performances. I mean, our performance at the Emirates, was it poorer than that? I don't think so.
First half, potentially.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially.
We did improve in the second half. The Leeds performance last week against us, I think that was worse. I can't really think of a worse team than that, to be honest.
9-1 against Wigan. There you go.
Yeah.
Probably.
But even that Wigan game, it was still an even game at half time.
Yeah, true. It was only 1-0. We've blown them away already. And then you got to think as well, after 55 minutes, it was game over. And it was just a training match after that. Cody Mack says, yeah, scoring 5 goals is nice, but for me, the highlight of the night was Richarlison repeatedly getting clobbered. That really floated my boat. Love, big up Cody Mack. Spurs Express says Conte says that finishing in the top 4 would be like winning the Premier League or the Champions League.
Yeah, I read that. I saw that in the press conference. It was interesting. He said that. I think he's just trying to
motivate
bring
them.
that winning mentality into the team, and to say that Spurs are going to finish in the top 4 this season will be a major achievement for us.
It would be. And there's, there was that discussion, wasn't there, between Laura Woods and Jamie O'Hara yesterday. Would Arsenal finishing top 4 be an overachievement for Arsenal? But it would be an overachievement for Tottenham, wouldn't it, getting in the top 4 as well? By that, I
think that yeah. I mean, when in the summer, before the season started, at the start of the season,
we said top 6.
Yeah, exactly. We thought top 4 was a bit out of our league because we thought Man United would be this Man United this season. Everyone thought the top 4 was nailed on this season, didn't they? Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Man United. And
Arsenal spent 150 million, so we did think they were probably going to do something. Arsenal. As much as I wasn't that impressed with their signings, but clearly they've clicked. But they did spend. They were the highest spenders in the summer.
They were, but I came into this season still expecting us to finish above Arsenal. I did think that. I didn't think Arsenal were going to do anything this season, to be honest. I thought it would be another season of 8th or 7th or something like that. But yeah, I think that for either Spurs or Arsenal this season, finishing in the top 4 will be an overachievement.
I agree with that. Let's see, Tottenham tweeting out just what the doc ordered. Matt Doherty.
Dr. Tottenham.
This was brilliant, I thought. Here, Romero on his Instagram yesterday. This is what he. This is. Well, you can't really see it.
I love his shithousery.
But
man.
he just literally, that was, he said. He said a message like "good win," and he didn't like put a team to us scoring anything. Just him clearing out Richarlison and getting booked. That's what he was most proud of yesterday, Romero. I love that about him. Well, do you think like when it comes to players like Romero, like people say like he gets a lot of yellow cards and stuff, and that's like a problem, and he's a bit of a hothead. But like I also feel like for example, was Ramos one of the best centre backs in the ever to play? Like he got so many red cards and so many yellow cards. And do you think sometimes when if you're coming up against a defender like that, in their mind, if you know that defender is willing to get a red card or yellow card just to wipe you out, maybe that puts a bit more fear in you, and maybe that can play a psychological game with the forwards in a way.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that is right, and I think that when you're coming up against a defender like that, super aggressive defender, someone that's going to go over the top, do above anything to win that game, like a Romero, like a Sergio Ramos, that keeps getting booked. You know, coming into it as a striker, I'm in for a game today.
Because he's willing to wipe you out, and he's willing to take a booking for it, and even a red. I think that over a long period of time, if you're playing the long game, even getting a red occasionally can also have that same effect. Because like if you like going for a hard challenge, you can know that like sometimes you won't do that because you know I'm up against Ramos, he will literally kick me in the face, and he doesn't care if he gets sent off.
And actually, I was speaking to Rez last night on the watch along, and he made a point that I kind of agreed with Dele Alli on that kind of thing. He was saying that the start of the decline with Dele Alli is when he stopped being that kind of petulant, arrogant player on the pitch that keeps diving in for challenges, that was super aggressive, that kept getting, because in his earlier days at Spurs, he kept getting booked.
Yeah, he got sent off, didn't he, for that punch or something against West Brom.
He was an aggressive player, and he gave oppositional team torrid times on the pitch, and that kind of vanished out of his game. And he said that he thought that was like the start of the decline when kind of Poch tried to take that out of his game. So I think that's a good point as well in terms of that.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. George Bannister says, helped by Everton's awful level, this has been an excellent watch. Bentancur and Kulu, when we're on song, superb. Kane again with a sensational finish, job done in style. Completely agree. Jamie Carragher says, Harry Kane is as good a passer of the ball as Kevin De Bruyne.
And I've actually been saying that for quite a while. I think that Kane and De Bruyne are on par now with their passing range. I genuinely believe that.
I agree as well. Like it's like Kane, like his passes from deep, they're not just like good level, but they're also so dangerous and on point. And like every time he gets to pass through, it's almost like we're creating another opportunity every time. That's how especially as Spurs view says. Matt Doherty having a Sissoko type U-turn at Spurs is something I could honestly never see coming. But he's never been immense. He's been immense the last month or so. Is he having a Sissoko-like U-turn, do you think, at the moment?
Look. It's been 2 games. I want to see it over the stretch.
It took 1 game in the Bernabeu for Sissoko to have a Sissoko like you.
It's true, but I want to see this from Matt Doherty consistently from now until the end of the season. That's what I want to see. I was about to say Jose Mourinho. Antonio Conte called in his Spurs players to show that level of consistency from now until the end of the season. I want to see that with Matt Doherty. And if he can do that from now until the end of the season, then I'll say he's had the Moussa Sissoko turnaround.
All right. Doherty stats yesterday. It's only the first half. 6 out of 6 ground duels, 4 tackles, 3 accurate long passes, 2 key passes, 2 big chances created, 1 dribble and 1 assist. Fantastico. Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant, wasn't he, in that first half? Reguilon scored after just 41 seconds after coming on as a halftime sub. He netted the 2nd fastest goal in the Premier League this season as a substitute for Reguilon. Only 41 seconds.
Who was the first?
To know, it doesn't say.
Okay. Yeah, it was brilliant from Reguilon, and it's great to see him back on the pitch, to be honest. And you saw as soon as straight away that goal as well that he scored started from him winning the ball back really aggressively in the middle of the park. He wins the ball back, plays it in, a nice little move from Spurs, and then he's there at the back post to finish it off. Absolutely brilliant stuff.
100%. And Talking on Heung-min Son, Heung-min Son has now been involved in 11 goals in his last 12 Premier League games, 7 goals and 4 assists, while only teammate Kane and Bruno Fernandes have been involved in more goals in the competition in 2022. 6 goals, 3 goals and 3 assists.
Brilliant.
So yeah, look, 11 goal contributions last 12 games for Son.
Yeah,
Not
the
bad,
numbers,
is it?
No, the numbers you can't argue with, Heung-min Son. You just can't argue with them.
Exactly. Duncan Alexander says Harry Kane now the joint 16th highest scoring player with his left foot in the Premier League history, but first if you don't count left-footed players. So he's the highest scoring left-footed goals amongst right-footed players.
Fair enough.
There you go. Then yeah, Kane was man of the match yesterday with for
Who was
Sky
your man of the match
Sports.
yesterday, by the way?
I gave it to Doherty. Yeah, I thought Doherty was my man. I thought he was sensational. 53 touches, 1 chance created, 4 shots, 2 on target. He's now 176 Premier League goals and 6th most in Premier League history, and also joint 2nd most league goals for Tottenham, behind Greaves.
Wow.
Joint 2nd with who? With
What, in the Spurs charts?
yeah,
Is he second?
in league goals?
Was
Joint
it
2nd
Bobby
league
Smith,
goals.
Is it
Bobby Smith? Yeah,
I can't remember.
you might be right there.
But what I was about to say on the man of the match thing, it just shows how strong of a performance it was yesterday. Everyone was giving different man of the matches yesterday. We
Yeah.
gave it to Doherty, Rez gave it to Kulusevski, Sky Sports gave it to Harry Kane, George, when he came on, gave it to Bentancur.
Really?
So many different man of the matches yesterday, and that just shows the high level of performance from everyone on that football pitch yesterday.
Yeah, I thought he played really well, Bentancur, as well, actually. Squawk says Tottenham scored 5+ goals in a Premier League game without conceding for the first time since December 2019 against Burnley in a 5-0 win. That's 9 goals in their last 2 league games for Tottenham, without reply as well.
And by the way, that picture with Eric Dyer, I thought he was performed at a really high level yesterday as well. Those pings out to Sessegnon, to Reguilon, to Doherty, his aerial presence, didn't let anything get past him on the pitch as well. I thought he was brilliant.
Agreed. The XG yesterday, Tottenham absolutely battered the XG 2.87 to Everton's 0.32. So really didn't give much away, did we, yesterday, in terms of chances created. John Terry tweeting out yesterday saying Harry Kane world class.
Absolutely.
John Terry getting involved in the act.
Because John Terry loves Conte.
I must have hurt him. RC says this is the Matt Doherty we thought we were getting from Wolves.
Well, it's actually not.
It's even better than
It's
that.
actually
Doherty.
not, because Matt Doherty at Wolves was, well, arriving late in the box at the back post, scoring the goals.
Wasn't doing through balls like that.
Crossing the box in. He wasn't playing prime De Bruyne through balls like yesterday. That was something else. I mean, I couldn't believe what I was seeing yesterday for the most part. It was unbelievable.
Where is it? Michael Kelly says, I'm not saying that Doherty is the best wing back in the world. Now I'm just saying now it's possible. And this is on the back of that the FB Ref scout report, which had Doherty in pretty much all the top percentiles, apart from like tackles and stuff, but all the attacking percentiles for a wing back. There he is, near the top. Billy T says, this has blown my mind. How have we pulled off this signing? Says Kulusevski. Luca says Kulusevski is only 1 month older than Phil Foden.
Wow.
And you think of Phil Foden as a youngster, don't you?
Yeah.
And Kulu's only 1 month older than him, and he's also playing a very high level.
Not only is he playing at a high level, but on the pitch, he just looks so much older than he is. He's so clever. His football IQ is unbelievable. And he's just like, and his build as well. It's like the guy is a complete illusion.
Yeah.
I mean, because like, you don't know what he's going to do next when he's on the ball. An absolute magician with the ball at his feet. He's got such quick feet. He's got this illusion that he's slow, but he's not actually slow when he gets the ball. He looks like he's about 25, 26, 27. I don't know. God knows. He's 28, 29.
Doesn't look 21.
And he does not look 21. The whole thing about him is a complete illusion. I'm loving every second of him, to be honest. I really am. I think he's a top talent.
Kane tweeting out, top performance tonight. Standards we know we're capable of reaching. Got to go on a run now. And that is very, very true, Harry Kane. I'm glad he's looking in the future because we can't rest on our laurels in this game. We have to go on a run if we're going to have a chance at that top 4. And we'll go with he has been talking as well to Evening Standard. We'll go into some of those quotes in a minute.
Yeah, and Romano tweeted about him as well. I just liked it, so we'll get there at some point.
So for score, 9.3 for Matt Doherty yesterday. Look at that. Never thought you'd see that. But look at the Kulu stats so far in the Premier League. 6 games, 4 starts, 2 goals, 3 assists, 1.9 key passes per 90, 4 big chances created, 2.1 successful dribbles and 1.3 tackles. He's already surpassed his goals and assists he had this season in 27 games for Juventus. So he's already outdone that.
Come on, Kulu. Ginger from Sweden. That's what we love to see.
What a picture. This from Harry Kane celebrating his goal in the first half. Lovely stuff. That is a great picture of Harry Kane. There's Kane, and
he just seems like a man on a mission at the moment, doesn't he?
He is. He's like one-man mission to drag us to top 4. Dele and Kane hugging out after the game. And then Sissoko paying a visit to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium yesterday as well, off the back of getting a goal against the Arsenal, coming and visiting Højbjerg and all his teammates in the dressing room. I'm sure he's missed around there.
Yeah, it was unfortunate actually, that game, Watford-Arsenal. I think Watford were good for a draw in that game. I really believe that. I thought Watford played all right. Just Arsenal.
Well, they missed that open goal, didn't they? Dennis missed that open goal, and that probably cost them.
I think, I mean, the goals in that game were brilliant, but I think that actually Watford did enough to get a draw that game.
Yeah, I don't think Arsenal could have argued if they except for they did score 3 great goals.
Yeah,
but,
they did.
There's Son and Dele hugging out as well. There was a lot of that after the game.
Yeah. I was saying to Rez, do you think Dele Alli went into the wrong changing room before the game?
Potentially. Alex says Kulusevski is a complete unicorn. How often do you see a 21-year-old winger with an elite understanding of timing, momentum, and unpredictability? Occasionally, a generational centre mid will have these traits, but a winger, it never happens because it's a development misstep. Oh, well, that's quite high praise. I don't know about that. AFC Alex says Harry Kane is such a complete striker. Maybe you can bring up the lack of pace, but you never even notice that. And that's what I was saying yesterday. Because of his timing, his runs, and the cleverness, you don't notice that he's not the quickest striker because he doesn't need to be.
Thing is, though, like since Conte's come here, I've noticed that he has got quicker.
Definitely got quicker. Yeah, obviously he's not as quick as he used to be, but definitely. He's quicker than he has been the past couple of years, for sure.
And I think he's breezing past players a lot easier now than he was maybe start of the season and even last season.
His strength as well. He's muscling players off a lot more. Jim says Højbjerg is so much better when he doesn't have to babysit Winks.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Premier League panel says, since Eriksen's sale and Dele's decline, Son and Kane have needed a third man in attack to deliver them regular chance creation. Kulusevski is stepping up to the plate. Very impressive final pass decision making in that side right role Conte has reprised from his Parma days. And that's so right because, as I was saying, we needed someone other than Kane and Son to create chances. And Lucas, as much I love him, he's just not that chance creation player that we need. He's not the one who's going to make the decision on a consistent basis in the final third, the right decisions. But Kulu might be that guy.
At the moment, it's looking like he is that guy. I mean, like I said, yesterday I thought he was a chance creation machine, and it's something that we've been crying out for pretty much since Eriksen's left, to be honest.
And the last one we'll look at is Fabrizio Romano quoting Harry Kane, and he says, Conte is a fantastic coach. I feel like I'm in a great place. Antonio has definitely given me more strings to my bow. I'm always someone who tries to improve. But for sure, I'm in a good place, and we want to play Champions League. So that sounds like a rallying call from Harry Kane. And it's good for him to talk like that because, there's talk of him still after the Borough game being 50-50, whether he wants to stay at Tottenham at the end of the season or not, or whether he's still going to be here and Conte's still going to be here. But I'm glad he's having a good time under Conte. He's clearly upped his game. And if we do have a good end to this, I think if we do get top 4, then I think he stays. And I think I think if we don't get top 4, I still think it's probably likely that he stays if Conte does stay, but he definitely opens the door to him leaving. If we have a disastrous end to the season, it's very likely he'll leave.
It's just like
if we miss out on it on 1 or 2 points, he might still stay.
Yeah, I mean, everyone just needs to block out all this outside noise, because the narrative every time we lose, Conte's gone, Kane's gone, and then when we win, Conte's staying, Kane's staying. I mean,
If we get Champions League, I think he will stay.
yeah,
there.
I agree with that, and I think we just need to stick together now as a club, as a fan base, and just give the team everything they need off the pitch to rally them to that top 4.
All right, that's it for Twitter for now.